The land of Uz there was a blameless and upright man named Job, who feared God and avoided evil. 7 sons, 3 daughters were born to him. He had 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 she-asses, and a great number of work animals, so that he was greater than any of the men of the east. His sons used to take turns giving feasts and sending invitations to their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And when each feast had run its course, Job would send for them and sanctify them, rising early and offering holocaust for every one of them. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and blasphemed God in their hearts." This Job did habitually. One day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, Satan also came among them. And the Lord said to Satan, "Whence do you come?" And Satan answered the Lord and said, "From roaming the earth, patrolling it." And the Lord said to Satan, "Have you noticed my servant Job, and that there is no one on earth like him, blameless, upright, fearing God, and avoiding evil?" But Satan answered the Lord and said, "It is for nothing that Job is God-fearing. Have you surrounded him and his family and all that he has with your protection? You have blessed the work of his hands, and livestock are spread over the land. But now put forth your hand and touch anything that he has. Surely he will blaspheme you to your face, your hand, and touch anything that he has, and surely he will blaspheme you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that he has in your power, only do not lay upon this person." So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord, and so on. And so one day, while his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in the house of their eldest brother, a messenger came to Job and said, "The oxen were plowing and the asses grazing behind them, and the Sabians carried them off." In a raid, they put the herdsmen to the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was speaking, another came and said, "Lightning has fallen from heaven and struck the sheep and the shepherds, consuming them. And I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was yet speaking, another came and said, "The Chaldeans formed 3 columns, seized the camels, carried them off, and put those tending them to the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he is yet speaking, another came and said, "Your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in the house of their eldest brother." And suddenly a great wind came across the desert and smote the 4 corners of the house. It fell upon the young people, and they are dead, and I alone have escaped to tell you. Then Job began to tear his cloak and cut off his hair. He cast himself prostrate upon the ground, and "Naked I come forth from my mother's womb, and naked shall I go back again. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In all this Job did not sin, nor did he say anything disrespectful of God.